Guess you're leaving? Okay, well, welcome to the live. I did not announce this. I don't know how many people are going to be here, but I thought I would start doing lives again. Uh, and I forgot how to do it, so I'm live. Maybe somebody will show up, maybe not. Who knows? Uh, we'll see. Okay. Yeah. Uh, okay. Close that. Oh, I got one on here. Oh, yeah. Okay. I can't see what's going on. Okay, well, we've been here a minute and a half, and I can't see myself. There we go. There we go. All right. Okay. Watching myself on the computer is lagging a little bit. So anyway, if you're of a mind to and you've stumbled across this, stop and say hi. So anyway, if you're of a mind to and you've stumbled across this, stop and say hi. I've decided to pick up an old hobby, pipe smoking. A friend of mine got me into this several years ago, and I kind of got away from it. I don't need to hear myself. So anyway, been thinking about it. Thought, well, I'm gonna try this again. Always kind of enjoyed it, and so figured I'd have a pipe, talk to y'all. If anybody shows up, I really like these corncob pipes. They smoke a lot cooler. I've only smoked a cheap Meerschaum pipe and corn cobs, and this little Czech made one. And so far, what I like is the corn cob. They smoke a little cooler. So, but anyway, the friend that got me into this, he passed away a few years ago. Had a heart attack. He was a baby. And we used to enjoy it, which means, because he's in his mid-30s when he passed. He's quite a bit younger than me. But anyway, we would sit, talk, and smoke pipes, maybe a cigar once in a while. Just, kind of enjoying that kind of stuff. Got trouble with my mouse on my computer. Something's going on. My computer's messed up. I'm really out of practice about smoking the pipe. See, You're not supposed to breathe it in that much. I don't even have a lighter anymore. This belongs to the #1 farmhand. He uses it for setting fires around the place. Trying to get this thing to go and stay lit better. But my tobacco's old. Maybe I got it now. I don't know. Probably notice I shake it a lot. Got what the doctors call essential tremors. Nothing that they've been able to do for it so far. For some reason, I can't get my live chat on my computer here. If somebody stumbles across this, say hi so I can see if it's working. Oh, there it is over here. Okay. Oh, there we go. So anyway, I know right now it's mostly it is just me sitting here talking to myself. That's not a big problem because I do that all the time. Trying to keep this lit. Trying to keep it lit without it getting too hot. Something you got to worry about in these corncob pipes is getting them too hot and burning them out. I've done that with the lawn. That's why I've got this one. I just ordered 2 more pipes, another corncob. I think it's a different design. I don't know. Because like I said, it's been a long time since I smoked. As you can tell, it's getting a little hot. It's burning my tongue a little bit. Okay, so it's been quite the weekend around here. It's Sunday evening. And I don't know, this is a last minute thing. Anyway, like I said, it's been quite the evening. Dang, I'm forgetting what I said. It's been quite a weekend. I'm off 3 days a week right now because school's out. And so I've got the Kubota tore apart and started out, all I had to do was replace the fan. And if I'd have just replaced the fan and left it alone, I'd probably been all right. But that thing's had cooling problems forever. And anyway, so I wanted to pull the thermostat on it and see what it looked like, see if it was plugged. I just changed it last year, but still I wanted to look at it. It's going to be a tutorial of how not to smoke cigar. But anyway, so I started to take the thermostat out, and the bolts were stuck on it. And right here is where the thermostat bolts. It's where the thermostat sets, and then the thermostat housing's over top of it. This is a brand new one. It's called the water flange. And I broke it right down here. And so I ordered this one. I checked the price for one from Kubota. For just this piece, it was $172. Not including these two brass fittings here. I've added those. Or that one, there's only one in there now. So, I wanted to add a temperature gauge to it because it didn't come with one. My research online says that where you would normally put it in the block, it's not deep enough for a mechanical one. But they said you could drill it right there. And anyway, let's give that a rest a minute. So, I'll build me a cigar rest. I'm going to do this very much. There we go. Anyway, 170, about $175 for this piece. So I got on the old Amazon and I found it. I don't think I have it out here. I think it's laying outside, but the thermostat cover. I got this piece, the thermostat cover, the gaskets, and a thermostat for $64 plus shipping. Well, I don't remember if I paid shipping. I may have paid it. No, I didn't pay shipping on this because it was on Amazon, and I spent over $35. So, well, I spent all day Friday looking for a tap so we could tap this hole here, and couldn't find it. I knew that the hole I drilled had to be smaller than the tap. I went to two different auto parts stores. First, I just ran to Harbor Freight, bought a cheap tap and die set. Well, I wasn't sure it was big enough, and I didn't have a drill bit that I thought was right. So I went to back to Pittsburgh. That's 8 miles away, and went to O'Reilly. They would rent me one they said would work. Of course, I wasn't trying to get this fitting in there. There was another fitting that wasn't marked anyway, and I was confusing everybody because I had measured it. Took two different measurements, and it just, I don't know. I just confused everybody. Well, this fitting came with the gauge, this one that's in here. And so it's marked 3/8 NPT. Well, I know what NPT is. It's National Pipe Thread. So by then I had confused all the part stores, and I went to O'Reilly and Napa and found this one. So I did some more research online and found out that I needed a 37/64 drill bit. I don't know if you can read it. Probably no, because it's backwards. But anyway, yeah, you can't read it. Anyway, take my word, 37/64, $40 drill bit that I probably will only use once. Didn't get it until Saturday morning, which I was surprised that Napa had it ready. They didn't have it in stock Friday night when I ordered it, but they had it by I think I got the text at 9 o'clock in the morning Saturday. So I got around, went over there and got it, and we drilled it out and we tapped it. I don't think I drilled it quite deep enough because, as you can see, it seems to stick out a little further. But we're going to try it because I'm afraid if I try to drill it deeper, I'm going to screw the threads up in there. Not to mention, I don't know if I'm going to drill through that right there because that's thinner than this is. So we're just going to bottoms out about right there. Right there. So that's what we did. And it fought us. I don't have a lot of experience with a tap. But we got it. We got it in there. Well, I got to get this piece over here off of the tractor. In order to do that, we have to take the entire front of the tractor apart. And we got to pull the harmonic balancer off, and it's stuck. We're working on it. We got it soaking in lubricant, or what's it called? Dad calls it panther piss. Penetrating oil. There we go, penetrating oil. So that hopefully we'll be able to get that off. We've got it under pressure, pulling on it, so probably ought to spray it some more. And I've got to order another part of seal that goes in there that needs replaced anyway. Since I got to go that far, may as well do that. So we finally gave up about 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon on that project for now, and got our chores done, and took a shower. We ran up to Nevada, Missouri. They were having a little car show, and the actor Lorenzo Lamas was going to be there, and Rhonda wanted to see him. So we went, checked it all out. Had a good time. Ate some slightly overpriced burgers, but they weren't too much overpriced though. I mean, the worst price of it was waiting on them. They weren't real organized, but anyway, they didn't gouge us real bad. I mean, you know, it's what you expect from food trucks and stuff like that. Actually, it's a little cheaper than what I was expecting. So we did that. And this morning I got up and I was kind of in a lazy mood. So I just said, well, I'm not going to do much. I'm going to drink some coffee, and I'm going to watch my Sunday morning YouTube channel, Robot Cantina. If you know Jimbo over at Robot Cantina, say hi. But go check him out if you like mechanical stuff. He does all kinds of little small engine stuff. Just swapped in a Kubota diesel engine off of a reefer unit, I believe, into a Prius and a couple other cars. Put a little, I think it was like a 20 horse mower engine, one of those Harbor Freight engines, in a Renault. Does all kinds of interesting stuff if you're interested in mechanical things. He was supposed to put out a video this week. He hasn't for 2 months. He's been doing remodels on his shop and stuff. But anyway, he didn't put out a video, or hadn't, as of about 10 o'clock this morning. So I'm like, okay, watch some videos on pipe smoking and some investment videos, and I don't know, wasted time on Facebook. And then I come outside. I was going to come out here to the shop and fire up the air conditioner so that it would get cool in here. And just was going to hang out. I've got a project here on the desk that I need to get finished up. I'm not going to show it to you until it's done, but it's looking okay. It's not great, but it's okay. I kind of like it. Like I said, when I get it done, I'll at least post a picture. And so that's what I was going to do. I was going to finish that project. I need to get a cheese board, a cheese cutter, you know, the cheese cutters that I make. I need to get one of them made up just so I'll have it to sell in case anybody wants it. And I was just going to hang out in the shop today and putter. Just, you know, I need to clean up around here and organize as much as I can, which isn't too much, because as you can see, not much project. There, not much progress has gone on in the whole finishing the shop thing. I thought I would do more on it this summer than I've been able to, but anyway. But no, as I round the corner of the house, I see we got two pigs out. We got a couple of boar pigs that I'm going to get scheduled for the processor, and we should be set for meat for a while. We've got our meat chickens out there that are, I think I'm going to give them a couple more weeks and I'm going to start processing them. And some older roosters here, some 2-3-year-old roosters that just need to be gone. So we might as well put them in the freezer and, put them to good use. And, but no, them dumb pigs, they were out. And there was 3 of them that were out. They're all 3 pen mates. And I got Ethan. I went over and checked on, or I sent him a message that we had pigs out. And I went over and seen how they got out, what we was going to have to do. And then I went looking for the pigs. I couldn't find them. Crap, I hope they're not across the road in the neighbor's cornfield tearing it up, which that always scares me. Well, they were laying in a mud puddle back here, big mud hole that was made by pigs. So we got them out of there and they got them back in the pen, and we couldn't find the third one. It's a gilt. It looked, and I finally got hot and said, no, I got to stop. I'm going to go in and cool down. So I went in the house and tried to get a hold of Ethan, and about 15 minutes up while he was out there. So he put her back in, fixed the pen. I'm starting to really appreciate having the #1 farmhand. He's pretty good help to have around here. He's learning what needs done and when and how to do it. So, there's several times that we've had pigs out and he's just got them back in and told me about it when I got home from work. Even the cows, he's gotten pretty good. We have processed our bull, Butch. He has fulfilled, or is fulfilling his lot in life. I don't know, but he is now in freezer camp and he tastes pretty good. So yeah, we got him in the freezer. We're gonna have some chickens and a couple of pigs, so we should be set for a while on meat. I know it's a lot of rambling if anybody's paying attention, which doesn't seem to be, but I may have started, well, I don't know. But anyway, I didn't advertise this or anything, so I'm going to ramble on here a little while, and if nobody pops in here to talk to me, then I'm going to wind this up at about an hour. If not, we'll go a little longer. I don't care. Yeah, it's been quite a weekend here. Here lately, I don't know, I've been struggling with some things, and it's just small ups and downs. We lost our coonhound lady this week. Just, she was old. I think that was the main thing. Sucks, but life happens. Work has been up and down, and you know how it is when you work around people. Let me see. I got a break. Right now we're in summer mode. There's no bus driving going on, at least not for me, because I don't like trips. And so we're doing deep clean we deep cleaned the high school. We're down in the elementary now, and we're winding it up. We got, I think, 5 more weeks before school starts, and then we'll be back to school. And this year is going to be crazy for a while, and I'm not sure. I think it's going to be crazy all year because I drive the Votech route, So I pick the kids up to high school to go to vocational technology or whatever it is, VOTEC, and haul them over to Lamar, which is 20 miles away. I think it's more like 22 from Liberal, but anyway. And when they get out, I pick them up, bring them back to Liberal, and then I usually get back about noon, and I'll run. Last year, I got to where I was running home, getting a good lunch, and then going back at 1:30, starting my janitor stuff, and then a little before 3, I would go get on the bus and drive an evening bus route. Which, it sounds hectic, but it gets into a routine pretty quick. But this year, our school has decided we're going to go to what they call a modified 4-day work week. And there's no rhyme or reason that I can figure out. Evidently, the school board, they think they know what they're doing anyway. But it's not even every other week. Some week or some months, there'll be only one. They take Mondays off, which seems weird to me, but anyway. But Lamar is on that modified schedule too. But they didn't sync up Liberal's schedule with Lamar. So on Liberal's day off, I'm going to have to go up, pick the kids up for VOTEC, the VOTEC kids up at 8 o'clock in the morning and bring them back about noon. And then I have got to do my janitor job, which I don't know what I'm going to do on a day that there's no school, because the night before we'll go ahead and do our normal stuff, which would be Friday. And so I don't know what they're expecting us to do. We're the only ones that has to work when there's no school. They have a plan. I don't know what it is, but anyway. So it's going to be kind of crazy this year at the school. So we shall see, as they say. Oh, got a little too much. I wish I'd have brought me some water out here, but anyway. The thing about cigarette, or I can't talk tonight, about smoking a pipe is you're not supposed to inhale it. You just take it into your mouth and taste it and let it back out. So, yeah, which, like I said, I enjoy smoking a pipe. I'll enjoy it better when I get back into the hang of it. You got to watch that you don't get it too hot. That's what I did on my first corncob pipe. I got it too hot because I thought you had to keep it lit. It's more like you take a puff and just kind of savor it. And even right now, when I'm trying to do that, I'm still puffing too much. But I find it enjoyable to smoke a pipe. Just, it's kind of relaxing. And done some research lately, and they say that nicotine is supposed to help with this essential tremors that I have. I don't know if you can see this. And that's pretty calm right there for me. You probably noticed earlier in the video is a lot worse. But anyway, it's kind of an enjoyable pastime, I find. Uh, like I said, it's probably not the healthiest for me, but I'm 60 years old, you know, about to be 61 here in just a few weeks. But anyway, let's see what else has been going on. Goats are doing good. We finally done what we should have done with them right from the start, but we wasn't prepared. We are, when it comes to getting new animals, I see I got another one on here. Say hi. But when it comes to getting new animals, we seem to not do it the way it should be done to start with. We usually get with the program. But when we first bought our pigs, I didn't have a pen to put them in. I had to go buy the material with the pigs still in my coon hunting dog box. And me and the number one farmhand threw a pen together for the first pigs. And then when we got Butch, I wasn't ready for him either. Had to do the same thing. We had to throw a pen together for him. He lived in the trailer for a couple of days until I was able to do that. We got our goats. We wasn't ready for that. We got our first two. But now we've got 3 goat pens. One for the boys. And right now we've got 3 boys. And we need to get rid of one. But I don't know if we're going to. Because that's Rhonda's area and I'm just the hired help there, or the help. Hired would imply I get paid, which I guess I do. She cooks for me sometimes. So that was me knocking something off from my desk behind me. Magnets. Okay, well, I guess it's just me again. So we got our registered, 2 registered does, Sophie, a registered Nubian, and Clara May, a registered mini Nubian, in their own pen, because we have one registered buck, Acorn, so we're going to breed into him so that we can register those babies and they'll be worth a little more. And then all the rest of our goats, which I'm not sure what's going to happen there. After last year's kidding, I have suggested that we buy, if she's going to keep all of them, they're all on the smaller side, that if we're going to keep them, we should get us a small buck just for them. But I kind of got a feeling that she's going to try to breed them to Acorn, or maybe she's waiting to see how Jimmy turns out and breed to him. I don't know, because Jimmy is out of our registered Nubian, and we're pretty sure Acorn, because he's all black like Acorn. So yeah, but anyway, we weren't prepared. Now we got them all separated. We can control our breeding. The pigs, that's still pretty much chaos, because pigs might be, other than bull cows, bull bovines, they seem to be the hardest species to keep pinned up, because that nose and that neck is just so strong that, 400 or 500 pound boar, because it's the boars that cause the most trouble. They're just super strong. I weigh 300 pounds, give or take, depending on the day. And we had a sow that weighed about 400 pounds. And she just picked me up and flipped me up on her back. She wasn't being mean. She just wanted to get past me, and she went. And it was just like I was nothing. And she wasn't trying. She just ran between my legs, and up I went and over. So, you know, that's just pigs. I've watched a few videos. Sheridan Park Farms, uh, and I can't remember her name, but she's had a few pig incidents like that. So, well, I don't know. Somebody popped in and didn't stay very long. I guess they didn't like what I was talking about. But if you find this and, hey, say something. Say hi at least. I like to make a lot of smoke when I do this. Uh, like I said, I mentioned earlier, a friend of mine got me into smoking pipes and cigars. And it kind of brings back memories of when him and I used to do it. And I think I like a bent stem. I got one coming, like I said, it's called a poker. And it's made to sit on a table. And it's looks kind of crudely made, to be honest. And at first I didn't like it, as I was looking for pipes to buy, and, because I didn't realize that I had this corn cob. I got another one, but I burned it out from trying to smoke it too hot. So, but I like these because they do smoke a little cooler, unless you puff on them too much. Uh, but if it starts feeling hot in your hand, let it rest a little bit. And this one here, I think I've about done anyway. Uh, so yeah, that's what's been going on around here. Uh, oh, another thing, I got to get a CPAP machine. I'm not looking forward to that. I don't think it's going to work out for me. And I don't think my problem is sleep apnea. I think my problem is my sinuses draining, and that's what's causing the sleep apnea like symptoms. But I could be wrong. I'm going to get the machine, I'm going to give it a try and see what happens. I got to go get fitted for that Friday. Uh, it's been over a month since the doctor told me that I needed it, and finally everybody's got around to making the decision. I see we got somebody else on chat. Say hi. Let me know you're hearing this. Something you want to talk about? Let's talk. Okay, it's time to give that a rest. uh, you know, how about this parasite that's in the news on the lettuce? Is it just me, or in the last few years are we having more problems with our vegetables than we used to that you buy out of the store? Just curious. I could be wrong. I've been known to do that on occasion. Uh, you know, but I don't know, with that and other stuff going on in the news with our food system, that just, what's the word I'm looking for? Solidifies my opinion on believing I'm doing the right thing by raising my own meat. Uh, Whether it be cows, pigs, chickens, goats. Most of our goats are dairy type goats. Uh, our our three registered goats are dairy goats, and one of our all three of our bucks are dairy type goats. Uh, Conrad, he's not registered, but he's full blooded. I've told the story on my channel before, but there's something the breeder didn't like about his teeth, so she wouldn't register him, which she gave him to us because we bought acorns, so we weren't complaining. And we were going to wether him, which is castrate, and just have him be a companion, but we never got around to it. You know, them round to it's are hard to come by sometimes, especially if you're not prepared. But anyway, like I said, I got to get out here. If I get done with this, I got to go pick tomatoes. I bet we're going to have half a bushel of tomatoes from what I picked the other day and what's out there now. Tomatoes is about all we got planted this year. I don't know why it is, but it gets crazy around here about planting time. When we should be putting stuff in the ground for vegetables to grow. Seems to be when I get busy at work and we got more stuff going on here, it rains, you know how it is. And I know it's all excuses, but it's what it is. So, any thoughts? I see there's one other person on here. I know it says I got two, but one of them's me because broadcasting on my phone, and I got the computer up so I can watch the chat. But, or, you know, if you just turned me on and letting me play, that's great too. I'm probably going to be on here if nobody else jumps on and gets a conversation started. I'll probably get off of here in about, I don't know, 17 minutes or so. But like I said, I haven't done a live in a while. I probably need to get back into doing them. Probably Sunday nights are the best time for me. I guess, I don't know I think it's the autism stemming, shaking my leg. If you notice the camera shaking, it was because I was shaking my leg and it was against the desk. Shaking the whole damn desk, and this is a big metal desk. But anyway, yeah, the heat is getting crazy around here. It's acting like it's July or something. So, and what about peptides? Anybody know anything about peptides? I've been doing some research on them. They're a naturally occurring thing. But anyway, I'm taking one. It's in a pill form. It's called BPC 157, and it's a repair peptide. Basically, it helps your muscles to heal, and any like arthritis, it's supposed to be good for that. And I'm pretty sure that it's helping me. I'm a lot more loose than I used to be in my joints. I don't have nearly as much stiffness. I still get stiff, so it's not made it go away. I think I'm about 3 weeks in, so, you know. And they say that the pill form is 20% less effective, or up to 20% less effective than the injectable. But like I said, we'll see. And I'm thinking about doing another one, retatrutide. Now that's an injectable, and that's the main thing with it is weight loss. It's being touted as one of the best weight loss things out there. So anyway, anybody's got any opinions or any information on that? I'm all ears. I know people that are doing peptides, but I haven't talked to them to find out what they're doing, you know. So anyway, that's just something I'm thinking about. Fairly serious. The problem is the expense of it. It's like the cheapest I found, which I don't know if I want to go with the cheapest on something like that, is $115, and I don't know, excuse me, how many doses you can get out of it, and you got to buy special water to reconstitute it, and I'm pretty sure I know the dosage now. I've watched videos on it, read on it. I feel confident I know the dosage, but I don't know how much water, man. I don't know. But I know that if I would reach out and talk to those people that I know doing it, they would help me out. But I'm just not sure I want to go to that expense right now. So that's where that's at. For whatever it's worth to anybody, I don't know. If you're new to this channel, I know a little about a lot, but I don't know a lot about anything. I like to research stuff until I feel I got a good grasp of it, and then I'm on to something else. That's the ADHD. As they say, I'm undiagnosed, but something ain't right. And of course, when I was growing up, nobody knew what ADHD or autism was or any of that. And the reason that I know is because of our children. My son is autistic. My oldest stepson is autistic. Actually, my stepdaughter's a little bit autistic too. And I've been researching. I started researching a little bit for the stepson, and then when my son got diagnosed, I've been doing a lot more research. And I'm pretty sure, even though I haven't gone and got a professional opinion, that I'm autistic. And with all this research, I think what they call odd ADHD. Yeah, autistic and ADHD. And it explains so much of my life and my personality and the way I do things and the way I think, and my dislike for people in general. I mean, I don't know how to explain it. I don't dislike people. I want to like people, but mostly they bore me. I mean, football is an example. I could not care less about football. It just doesn't do anything for me. I don't want to spend my Sunday afternoon watching a football game when I could be out here in the shop working on something, or puttering around, or even reading a book. I'd rather read a book. And I used to read a lot. I'd like to get back into that, but I just got to do it. One thing is I really need to get glasses that are for reading. I bought some readers from Walmart, and they help. But anyway, that's a little bit about me, if you didn't know. The one person that's on here. Anybody else dislike pop-ups? Anyway, so if you're the one other person here, say hi or something. Oh, too much. Funny thing is, I never figured out how to blow smoke rings. Can't do it. But anyway, I can take my 44 special and with it blow fire rings. Um, I have stepped away from politics a little bit just because it's just gotten so hateful from both sides, every side. Uh, if you don't agree with somebody, you must hate them, and that's not me. I don't hate people. I just don't like being around them, and so I just got tired of having to argue my opinion all the time, and I'm more conservative libertarian. I'm all for helping people, but some people need to learn to help themselves. And I believe there are people in this country that need help and they cannot help themselves. And my experience says those are the ones that most want to help themselves, but they can't. Uh, I'm six. Like I said, I'm 61. I'm 60, almost 61. And through my life, I've seen so many people that could work that won't because the work's too hard or it's too hot or you know. I worked in an aluminum foundry for 10 years. It was hot work. You know, pay was good. It's better than getting a government check. And, that's what I thought at the time anyway. Like I said, I worked some hard jobs. The job I got now isn't hard. Either one of them. I have two. I drive a school bus and then I work as a janitor at the high school. I think I've burned up all my tobacco. But like I said, my job's hard. We can't find people to be a janitor. The work is easy. It gets nasty sometimes. You got to, unclog a toilet or clean up puke, which is not my favorite part of the job. Which I can honestly say, I don't think I have a favorite part of that job. But it's a job, it pays the bills, and they have a retirement benefit, which is important to me right now. And that's something that I've always felt was important. It's having something for the future, even though on Prairie, silly dogs running around out there doing something. But even though I did something about 6-7 years ago that most people would have thought was a bad idea if you was worried about retirement. Rhonda's getting around to do her chores. But anyway, I cashed out my 401k, paid off all of our debts, bought a rental property, took a year off, and just did a few odd jobs here and there and sold pigs. Uh, by the way, thanks for the like. I appreciate it. And, you know, I got to spend more time with the number one farmhand, which was really good at that point. You know, I got to spend a lot of time with him when he was really young, and that was good because I worked night shift on purpose so I could watch him during the day, and then Rhonda worked during the day. I worked overnights. Hey, Hope for Life Walker. We still got pigs. I just haven't done as much videos. It's been crazy lately. I appreciate you giving me a comment. It's good to hear from you. I know I don't get out and do a lot of videos, watch a lot of videos anymore, like I used to. But I appreciate it. And thanks for the looking good. I think I'm looking a little rough right now, but anyway, I never look that great. So, thanks. I appreciate a comment. A compliment. I appreciate the comment, but also, yeah, I understand about being busy. Me too. That's why I haven't got out many videos. It's just almost like chaos here sometimes. But, yep, all the family's doing good. We're just plugging along. Kind of counting down time till possibly retirement. I don't know, maybe not. Well, I will at some point, at least from working for other people. Like I said before, I'm glad you're here. Yeah, we've got, what is it, 9 young pigs now. We have to get them separated and get them advertised and gone, because, you know, that's why I have them. So, well, I guess, Hope, if you don't have anything else, I'm going to wrap this up because I've kind of run out of things to talk about. I'm glad to hear from you. And, yeah, I can remember as a kid thinking that I can't wait to retire. And now I don't want to retire. I just don't want to work for other people. I just want to do what's good for me. Or, you know, what I want to do. So, yeah. It's good to see you, hear from you. I appreciate you getting on here with me today. And I think I'm going to get off here. I've been on here a little over an hour. I need to go in the house and need to clean my pipe out and go start getting ready for work. Yeah, I've been working since I was 13 years old for other people, and I'm kind of tired of it. So, you take care as well, and hopefully we'll run into you somewhere along the line. Now I got to figure out how to shut this off. Oh, I bet it's right there. Yep.